I started photography back when I was in high school, and it was through a project called Of Soul and Joy, funded by Ruby's Mecenat. They taught a lot of township children from previously disadvantaged backgrounds photography. So I wasn't really interested in fashion photography or a whole lot of these kind of genres, but I was interested in my community because I've always been an inquisitive child, in a sense that I was interested in the political, I was interested in who I am and how do I relate to my environment, and I couldn't really go to another area and start talking about such issues. I had to start right home, and then that's how I started documenting my area. I would just go to a certain house and tell them that I'm a photographer, I'm interested in the history of Thokoza. Would you mind if I photograph you in your home or photograph your house? I've had only chances to photograph men, so the men were more willing for me to photograph. If I had a chance to photograph women, I would. There were only fewer pictures of women because that's the only people that actually let me in. That was the dynamic around it. It was not a decision when I started the project that I would photograph men only. I'm naturally an observant person, in a sense that a person's environment kind of tells you something about them. The little decorations or a little teddy bear next to the bed is something really special, and I kind of appreciate the whole relationship in terms of a total stranger letting me into their private space and allowing me with a camera to just photograph. And then comes the question of me as a photographer, my presence there. How does that affect a person's life, me going into a space and photographing and constantly being in a position of the taker? Perhaps they're also a receiver that we're kind of talking about things affecting us, but then that whole relationship and time is very precious to me. I feel that we are tasked with the responsibility to penetrate the whole industry of photography, in a sense that if you're a woman, you have to try extra hard to be at the level of your other male counterparts, in a sense that it gets worse if you're in South Africa and you're black, you have to extra try. I remember when in the early years when I started photography, in the whole project we were 40 students, and then we ended up with 6, and among the 6 I was just the only girl. So that's the reality of the situation. The situation for women in South Africa is improving in terms of the photography industry. You see a lot of women that are being kind of motivated to photograph. We are also given platforms to present our works. Most jobs are given to men, but then it's really hard if you're a woman to actually get a job unless they want you to photograph the cheesy stuff that would be associated to a woman, that a woman must photograph that. But then in terms of gallery space, exhibitions, there is a gap that's starting to open up for women where we feel there's space for us. For me, when I realized that I had been selected as one of the women voices in the list of 34 female photographers around the world, I was really surprised, in a sense that I didn't realize that my work actually reached such a larger audience, and in a sense that I'm still at a point in my life where I think I'm still finding my voice, and then being recognized kind of makes me have the drive to actually keep telling stories.